Hey there, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brittney Bundles, and today's video I'm going to be going over 5 ways to say no in business to customers or potential customers and clients without using the word unfortunately, without being unprofessional, without coming out of character, so to speak, and to be able to effectively communicate your position. So, before I even get into the tips that I listed, I do want to say this. No is a complete sentence. That's in business and personal life. You can say no and that's the end of it. Every answer or reply does not need an explanation. I learned that the older I got, and my grandmother would always say no is a complete sentence. So I've heard that, and then I grew into understanding what she meant the older I got. But in business, there are some times where you may want to elaborate on your no, or where you may want to have the no come off in a different way. But you still want to get through that no, this is not an option. Okay, so number 1, the first tip is we don't offer that. However, we can do this. That statement can be used in different circumstances where a potential customer or client is coming to you and they're asking if you can do something or if you offer something that you don't offer or that you don't do. Instead of saying no and letting that be it, we don't offer that. However, we can do this. I learned that really works. And remember, we're trying to keep our relationship here with whoever we're working with. We want to make sure that we're still operating in professionalism, because even if someone doesn't purchase today, you still want their interaction to be good, okay? Because word of mouth is still prevalent. Even though they don't purchase today, it doesn't mean that they won't purchase next week. Just because they don't purchase, it doesn't mean that they won't tell someone else to go ahead and purchase from you. So you want to make sure that you're being very professional no matter what, and you want to make sure that you're remembering the relationship integrity. So instead of me, if someone comes to me and says, hey, do you offer braiding hair? Well, I sell virgin hair extensions. I don't offer braiding hair. I've gotten asked the question before, do you sell braiding hair on your website, badchickhair.com? And I don't. So instead of me saying no and ending it, I'm saying, we don't offer braiding hair. We do offer virgin hair extensions, because that gives them more information, number 1, to go off. So they may be wondering, okay, well, they don't offer braiding hair. What do they offer? And so instead of them having to just think of that, have that in their mind, because they may not really want to ask again, or instead of them assuming something, I can just go ahead and let them know, hey, this is what we do offer. This is what we can do. A customer may come to you and say, hey, if I buy 3 bundles, can I get 1 free? Okay, we don't offer that kind of promotion. However, we do offer 15% off, or we do offer $5 off if you enroll in our mailing list, or we do offer various discounts periodically. I would advise that you sign up for our mailing list. That way you're in the loop whenever there's a promotion or discount. So when you're going beyond no, it's not just helping your customer understand that you can't do it, but it's also showing them that you're taking the time to explain what you can do, which goes a long way. Just think about yourself. If you're calling someone, let's say you're calling your phone carrier, right? And you're like, hey, do you all offer a different internet plan, like a different data plan? I don't really use that much of my data. And they just say no. You may be wondering, no, what? You don't have any other plans, or you don't have any plans that are similar to what I'm using according to my usage that you're looking at? It may just continue to evolve, instead of them coming to you and saying, hey, we don't offer another plan that you would be compatible for based on the unlimited plan that you have. However, we are going to roll out a new plan in 2 months that you may be interested in. I don't have all of the details on the plan, but pay close attention to your email, because we're going to be sending out literature next month, And so when you get that survey, the surveys that the phone companies send out, you may be more likely to rate that experience higher than you would have the first one that just said no. So always be upfront with your customers, be honest, let them know what you can, what you can't do. But if you tell someone what you can't do, I always recommend following up with, what can you do? Okay. The next phrase that I have is, I'm not comfortable completing this order without X, Y, and Z. So this statement can be used in a scenario where someone is placing an order, or they have placed an order, but you get like a fraud alert. Whatever e-commerce platform you're using, let's say that they place an order online, and you notice that it has a lot of discrepancies in the order. It looks fraudulent to you, or you get an alert from the e-commerce platform that you're using that this looks like a fraudulent order. You have a couple options. You can either process the order, or you can ask additional questions before you decide what you're going to do, or you can cancel the order on the spot. What I like to do is ask additional questions, get information. So if someone is emailing you, or if they call in like, hey, I placed my order 2 days ago, when is it going to be shipped out? What's going on? I've gotten an email back from the company that says you're waiting on information. Like, what do I need to do to get my hair? Let them know, I'm not comfortable completing this order because of these, and I wouldn't even go too far into detail on what the fraudulent flags are, because that gives people time to try to, go around those flags. But you still want to give them and go around them in a way that may not be honest, but you still want to give them enough information, letting them know that you do need additional information from them. So I'm not comfortable completing this order. There were a few flags that popped up on this order. I am going to need X, Y, and Z in order to complete it. So maybe a picture of your driver's license. I'm going to need you to have the billing address and the shipping address match. I am going to need, whatever your policies are for fraudulent orders. It's okay to say that. And I think sometimes we get scared a little bit, or nervous on losing that sale, or losing the potential customer, or having someone get upset with us. But being honest, that has always worked. Being upfront, being direct, that's always worked for me. I'm not going to say people won't get upset. I'm not going to say that people won't get mad sometimes. I'm not going to say that people won't say forget the order. But it's always better to be direct and upfront and safe on both ends than to process something because you're afraid of losing a customer. A lot of times customers that are genuine respect the fact that you're wanting to do your due diligence. They respect the fact that you're taking the extra time to ensure that everything is right. It's kind of like when you go to the grocery store and you buy a bottle of wine and someone asks for your driver's license. The cashier asks for your driver's license. It may be not the most convenient thing to do for you to dig down and get your driver's license, right? Especially if you forgot that you put the wine in the cart and you're ready to ring, check out and get out the store. And they're like, may I see your ID? But I think a lot of us would agree with saying we're not going to get upset with the cashier for asking that. We understand they're doing their due diligence. We understand why they're doing it. And we ultimately appreciate the fact that they're taking the time to do it versus assuming our age and getting on with their shift as well. So it's that same type of analogy. The next phrase that I have is, my available methods of communication are. This one is extremely important, and I use this very frequently. You don't have to be available all the time because you're an entrepreneur. You don't have to answer your phone all the time because you're an entrepreneur. This is where balance comes into play. Early on in my entrepreneurial journey, I would feel obligated to answer my phone all the time. I would feel obligated to always constantly be available. And I'm not saying availability isn't important. And please excuse all the outside noise if you hear it. I have people outside, a maintenance man, they're mowing the grass, and then my air keeps popping on and off. So please bear with me. I apologize for the additional noises. But like I was saying, I would feel like I had to constantly be available. And although you want to be available, although you want to make sure that you're present for your business, that's extremely important, so is balance, and so is setting the right expectations. And so what I would tell people, there'd be times that people would call me or want to process an order, and I would literally be walking into one of my son's conferences or a doctor's appointment. And I'm not going to be on the phone at the doctor's office, but I'm going to let them know, hey, during today I'm doing some things, but my best point of communication is email. I'm not available to take phone calls. My available methods are emails and text. My available contact methods are emails and text. Do some people prefer speaking on the phone to you? Yes. However, you still want to make sure that you're setting the right expectation and you're setting the right bar for how you're going to interact with your customers and clients. So, letting people know that you can get a response from me a lot quicker and more efficient via email or text has really worked with my business. I know when I first started saying that, I felt like, wow, like, should I say this? Should I not? Like, are they going to go and purchase someplace else? And some people, may. But, instead of me stepping out of every doctor's appointment and me, hopping out of the car because maybe my kids are talking or playing or whatever, and I don't want all that background noise on the call, and getting out of the car, or maybe me trying to walk away while I'm at the park so that I can answer a call. I'm like, look, I'm not going to put myself, my family through all of this stress. The best points, my available point of communication is this. And then sometimes if I can take a phone call, then I'll have to advise when I can do that. So I'm unavailable to take calls at this time. However, I can call you in 24 to 48 hours, or I can call you this date at this time. Okay. So if someone's saying, hey, call me now, can you call me now? My available methods of communication are blank. No, my available methods of communication are this. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to be firm. And like I said, a lot of people will respect you because of that. Because you also have some business owners as well that will say, yes, I do accept calls. Yes, call me, and then they won't answer. Yes, I'll call you at this date, and then they won't call. So it's always better to be honest and upfront than to tell someone what they want to hear when you know you're not going to deliver. Okay, the fourth phrase is discounts are applicable with this promotion. So if someone's like, hey, I wanted to use your Mother's Day sale promotion along with a discount, a coupon that I got from you a year ago, but it's not working online. What's going on? And you can say, read the fine print at the bottom where it says this discount is not stackable, or you could say discounts are not applicable with this promotion. So although I'm offering this sale currently, the Mother's Day discount and the discount that you received last year, they aren't stackable with this promotion. They aren't applicable. So you can use each of the promotions still, but not all together. Okay. So that's a way that you can say no without just saying, no, that's not going to work. Okay. And then the last phrase that I have is, we don't offer refunds. We do offer exchange options in certain circumstances. This one is huge too, because a lot of people are nervous when people ask for refunds. Why do I know this? How do I know this? I work with a lot of businesses, and a lot of people say, how do I respond to people that are saying, what is your refund policy? Some people just ask that up front and they don't really have an intention on returning things. They just want to know. Some people ask that with the intention of trying to return something or feeling like on the fence with their order. So what I would try to do, just as a tip, before, if I'm getting those questions ahead of time, I would ask additional questions to make sure that they are completely satisfied, to kind of kill some of that buyer's remorse that they're already feeling. Because if someone's asking you how can they return something before they even got it, or what is the return process, 9 times out of 10, they're not 100% certain with their decision to make the purchase. And so if you're just wrapped up in, let me get this sale, but not wrapped up in making sure that whoever is purchasing from you is completely confident in what they're buying, then you definitely may experience some buyer's remorse and some people that are trying to return their products or even chargebacks. So you want to do what you can to make sure that everyone is aware of what they're purchasing and that they're confident in what they're purchasing. So for an example, if someone comes to me before they even purchase and they're like, hey, I'm thinking of purchasing 3 bundles. What is your return policy? And I would, let them know. We don't offer refunds. We do offer exchange options in certain, circumstances. All that information is available online under the return section, return and exchanges. And I would ask, hey, so I know you mentioned, you asked and you said you're interested in purchasing 3 bundles. What has you interested in the return policy? And at that point, they may say, well, I just want to know. Okay, well, I understand. Are you certain that 3 bundles will suffice for the style that you're looking for? And they may say yes or no. Okay, what style are you getting? And then at that point, we want to do a lot more open-ended questions to understand exactly what they're looking for and to ensure that what they're looking for, they're going to receive with this order. Okay, so refunds, again, it's okay with saying we don't offer refunds, but what we do offer is this. It goes back to like the first phrase or first sentence that I mentioned in the beginning of the video. We don't offer that, however, we can do this. Just explaining again what we can do. I think a lot of times we shy away from saying no because we don't want to lose that sale. But like I've said in some other videos, it is better to not have a sale that's not serious than to have a sale that is purchasing but's going to charge it back later, or is going to dispute something with you later, or going to not be satisfied with the purchase later. I want sales, but I want sales from people that genuinely want what it is I'm offering. Just having a sale just to have a sale, that's not really going to benefit the long term of my business. And when I'm looking at my business, I'm not just looking at how can I benefit today and right now, but I'm looking at the overall picture. So there are some things that I decide that other people may be sitting back looking like, well, why did she reverse that? Or why did she decide to do that? I'm looking at the overall picture. So it's really important for us to get in the habit and in the process of asking additional questions, being upfront and being direct. Like I said, being direct, it's going to have a better effect on your relationship with that customer and also their expectations of your business. A lot of times people want to hear what they want to hear, but people also respect hearing the truth. So if they want to hear that you offer refunds, for an example, and you don't, let's say they go someplace else that does offer refunds and they purchase from them, they're not satisfied, they ask for a refund, and now this company didn't disclose that they offer refunds, but only in the first 1 to 2 days. Okay, so now they're like, well, I thought you told me you offered refunds, and that's why I purchased with you, because I felt more comfortable purchasing with a company that offered refunds because I wasn't completely sure that I was going to need these bundles. But now you're saying I can't get my money back because I've had the bundles for 5 days, even though they're not opened. You know what I mean? Versus coming to your company where you were completely upfront in integrity and you said, hey, we do not offer refunds. After 1 day, 2 days, 5 days, we don't do it. Okay, so in their mind, they heard what they wanted to hear from the first company, but the respect is going to be with your company because you were honest and you stuck to your word. I want to reiterate how important it is to stick to your word in business and how to set the right expectations, because trends fade. What's popular, social media marketing tactics may change, platforms change, but what remains the same is how you treat people and the foundation that you build your business. Are you building your business on truth? Truth never gets played out. Integrity never gets played out. Being direct never gets played out. Setting the right expectation, it never plays out. Making sure that you ask the right questions to discover information that's going to help your customer, that doesn't get played out. So the things that I like to talk about, they may not be the most trending or the most exciting or popular, but they're foundational strategies that will help position your business in the best position to gain respect, for people to have confidence in your business, for people to be able to rely on your business and trust your business. And when they are thinking of who do I want to shop with, a lot of times your business will pop into their mind because of how they were treated, because of the quality of service that you provide, because of the quality of products that you offer, because of the level of integrity and respect that you treat them with, okay? So those are some ways that you can say no professionally without saying just no. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave them down below. I do also want to encourage you all to go to my website, keepingupwithbrittney.com. I have some cool things on there. Right now, I have information pertaining to a fast that is coming up very soon. If you want to embark or take advantage of the fast and join in with me and some other people, be sure to go to my website. The information is right at the top on the banner. Click that and then you'll have all of the details to what we're doing. Again, the website is keepingupwithbrittney.com. Enroll in the mailing list. That way, whatever I'm doing that I'm not really, actively promoting on social media constantly, or even things that I am promoting on actively on social media, All of that's going to be on that website. Okay, so I have 2 websites. badchickhair.com is more for my business services and hair products. So if you're looking for drop shipping, if you're looking to buy virgin hair extensions wholesale in bulk, you can do that. If you're looking for mentoring, business consultations, if you're looking to be featured on my podcast, my radio show, all of that information is there. I do have some of the same information on the keepingupwithbrittney.com, but the keepingupwithbrittney.com is going to have some different information on there. So it's really important to visit both. But like I said, if you want more information on what we're doing in a few days, then head over to keepingupwithbrittney.com, and I'll try to link the link below this video. I do want to thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.